Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the university. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I declare this congregation open for the conferment of degrees and the award of diplomas. I invite my colleague, Pro-Vice-Chancellor Diane Birch, to say a few words of welcome.
Acting Vice-Chancellor, Mr. Gardner, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Di Birch and I would like to begin by welcoming you all, parents, relatives, friends and guests, to the ceremony this morning for graduands from Sealy, the Schools of Humanities, Modern Languages and Cultures, the Institute of Science and Society, the Schools of Economics, Education, Geography, Politics and International Relations, Sociology and Social Policy. I think that's everybody. If it's not you, you're probably in the wrong room. One student wrote in response to a survey question, "My cleaner is a legend. She always gives me good advice and brings me water when I am hungover." So we should also pause to say thanks today to everyone who contributes so much to the Nottingham experience. It is the Nottingham experience, of course, and the university's vision in transporting that vision to, or that concept to Malaysia and China that's led to us winning the coveted Institution of the Year award from the Times Higher Education Supplement. That led to much wild celebration at the London Awards ceremony amongst those of us old enough to behave with more dignity. And I must confess to having indulged in a little victory dance of my own devising, at least until I heard one of my colleagues say, "This is what camera phones were made for." The Nottingham experience is about more than the university, of course, and poor old Nottingham has had some bad press in recent years. So today I'd like to announce a new campaign. I've not consulted any of my senior colleagues about this, it's not official policy, but what I'd like you to do is say a good word for Nottingham, particularly when you hear those who don't know our city deriding her. Those of us who've lived and worked around Nottingham miss it terribly when we move away. We know the good side of her character and we should give her a good reference. On behalf of all my colleagues, I wish the graduands every success and every happiness in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Di. This morning we welcome a very distinguished guest who is to receive the university's highest accolade, which is an honorary degree. So I'd like to call upon Professor Wyn Rhys to present Mr. Frank Gardner, OBE.
Acting Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure today to say a few words about Mr. Frank Gardner, OBE. I dare say he'll be well known to many of you because he's the security correspondent for the BBC and appears regularly on news bulletins on TV and radio. The BBC has been very fortunate to possess such a security correspondent, because this is a time when the British public needs someone that can shed light on the complex phenomenon of Al-Qaeda and related jihadi terrorism. This terrorism is different to that which we've experienced in the past with such groups as the Provisional IRA. The terrorism that confronts the international community today is characterized by religious extremism that leads people to willingly sacrifice their lives, is determined to wreak the maximum physical destruction on Western countries, and is networked across the world through the use of the internet. Whether it is commenting on violent attacks in various parts of the world, the radicalization of young people, or the counter-terrorist responses by governments, Frank Gardner brings incisive analysis to his reports,